understand. It was just a long
Žádnej
night
z nich
to
nemá
clean my
důvod
oranges.
vycházet z téhle čtvrti.
Look, it's only 2 months restriction. I'm sure you can survive without the best oranges for 2 months.
Hi guys, my name is Vidiks. Welcome back to episode 31 of my walkthrough for Deus Ex Mankind Divided. So, the reason we came back to this side of the city is because by now my inventory is completely overloaded. So, I'm going to sell some of it to the vendor near Adam's apartment. Meanwhile, we can see the city is going to shit. So more and more police presence, increased persecution towards augmented people, and near Adam's apartment there's a crime scene.
To her? Why are we drawn to such things? What's wrong?
So let's investigate.
It is not unhealthy to be curious about death. What is unhealthy is to do such things. Poor woman. Poor woman's family.
They say she was an augmented journalist, one of the few moderate voices left.
Sir, shouldn't we be arresting you know who by now?
John is not going anywhere. What's your hurry?
I was given the same orders you were, sir.
I know all about our orders. Do me a favor, eh? At least pretend to look for evidence.
You don't think he did it?
I do think he did it. But I also think we should at least try to prove it. If that's okay with you.
Anything you say, sir.
We can't let them get away with this. You have to tell us. She won't talk to the police. I give up.
I recognize you. We're neighbors. I've seen you in our building. You're very difficult to miss. By chance, did someone send you to investigate?
No, no one sent me. What happened here?
It's horrible. An augmented woman was killed just outside of where we live. She looks like she was my age.
Do you have any idea who she was?
No, I've never seen her before. It's so sad that nothing will be done about this. Org victims are not high on the list of police priorities. To them, it's like a dog lying in the street. You're not a cop, are you?
I work with someone else, another agency.
That's perfect. Do you outrank the police?
Depends who you ask.
The detective here, he's not willing. I got the feeling he doesn't care.
What about you? What's your interest in all this? Morbid curiosity?
God, no. I want nothing more than to go home. Detective Montag, he's making me stay. He thinks I saw something.
Did you see something?
Maybe. I think I would rather not say, to be honest. Because if I had seen something, and if I started talking about it, wouldn't that put me in danger?
You may not think much of the police here. I may not think much of them either. But that doesn't mean you should hold back information.
They don't have it in them to protect me. They have neither the will nor the courage.
Be that as it may, still probably your best hope for helping to catch the killer.
I know. It's just that I don't trust the police. I would feel safer with someone like you. You have more reason to be invested in this than they do. You're augmented, like the victim was. And you look like you could actually protect me.
It's not my case.
But maybe you could help. Please, neighbor. Talk to Detective Montag. At least see how it's going. Make sure he doesn't think he's on vacation just because the victim is an aug.
I'll talk to the officer in charge and see where he is with the investigation. If I can help him, I will.
Thank you. Suppose I end up remembering something later. Is there a way for me to contact you?
You planning to run off on me already?
The first chance I get. There are times for standing in the cold, but this isn't one of them. I just want to go home, bolt the door, and never come out again. Of course, I will wait for Detective Montag to say it's okay first. And I'll still try to answer whatever questions you may have.
I can give you access to my info link. You should feel free to use it if you have to.
Thank you, neighbor. Talk to you about what happened.
How come she talks to him and not to me?
Can't
Okay.
trust anyone.
So let's talk to Montag.
We're 2 years too late already.
So, Daria was actually talking to you, huh? I could barely get 2 words out of her. What did she say? Did she see anything?
You mean your witness over there? She's not sure yet.
How can she not be sure? Either she saw something or she didn't.
She's scared. She thinks she might be in danger. I told her she'll be fine and that whoever did this would be caught. I'd like to believe that's true.
Sure, so would I. But as you can see, the victim was like you, augmented. That makes things a little more complicated, eh? Being a cop in this city, it's not always about doing the right thing, or about doing things the right way.
I was a cop for 12 years. I know all about getting bad orders. The difference between what you're told to do and what you know is right.
Tell me about it. So, how did you reconcile yourself with those kinds of orders?
I quit.
I'm 2 months away from the beach. I'm not quitting. But I respect your idealism.
It was a long time ago. I work for Interpol now.
Interpol, huh? Listen, off the record, I've been told to forgo any unnecessary investigation. I want you to know it's not my idea of how things should be done.
Who told you to forego the investigation?
Men who spend more time making policies than arrests. They want the victim's husband, Johnny Gunn, ex-PMC operative. Heavily augmented.
All right. So if you're not comfortable with this, if you know things aren't being handled the way they should, why not do something about it?
I thought I just did. Just because my hands are tied doesn't mean Interpol can't conduct a parallel investigation. Crime scene's right over there, and Johnny lives just a couple of blocks from here.
I never said I was going to work your case for you.
Sure you did. Isn't that more or less the promise you made your little friend over there? She won't talk to a cop because she doesn't trust us. Smart girl. Look, my orders are to arrest the husband. You take a look around. Get to Johnny before my guys do. Who knows? Maybe we'll actually learn something.
I'll let you know what I find.
Okay, so let's investigate this crime scene.
Interpol. Who do they think they are?
Away from the crime scene, sir. Just because Montag trusts him doesn't mean I do.
I think he found something.
Pretty obvious what happened here.
Are you a journalist?
No, but she was. She had evidence. I wish we could just shoot any out we see. Tabloids write that shit is so common. Away from the crime. This was political, sir. It's always political. Just keep moving. Let's be careful.
Okay. We are still missing one, I think.
Fuck walking this beat.
Didn't think so.
Or maybe not. No, it's everything. Broken glasses ID, EMP, augment, marks, needle and bruises. So there's 7, that's all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so now we're gonna talk again
I've got nothing
with
else to say.
Miss Daria here.
I have some questions for you.
I will cooperate. You have promised to help, and so I will try to help as well.
Why is it you don't trust the police to take care of this case?
I have bad memories of the police.
What kind of memories?
Get calls I didn't want, tickets I didn't deserve. The policemen here are worse than children. Former captains of high school sports teams who will never recapture their years of glory.
I was captain of the debate team in high school.
Yes, well, debate is different.
What's your take on Montag? You ever meet him before tonight?
I went to the station once, years ago, to complain about the ticket. Detective Montag is the one they send you to handle the paperwork.
How'd he do?
He did fine. The point is, he's a desk jockey. Look at him. He's lost out here. The cops who know how to catch killers, they're not the ones sent to investigate murdered ox.
What were you doing here?
I was looking for Starlight, my cat. There was lightning and suddenly this flash of certainty. That's when I knew something awful was happening.
Where were you exactly?
In the shadows. My head was down. I couldn't move. Oh, God, stupid Daria. I shouldn't have gone out today. The energies were all wrong.
Is there anything else I should know about you?
You want to know about Daria? What is there to tell? Small town girl came to the big city to escape her problems, to try and become someone else.
Did it work?
Not really. You can't escape yourself. You can't just come to a big city and expect all your problems to seem smaller. It doesn't work that way.
How did the attack happen? What was the killer doing?
He was on top of her, cutting the evil out. That's what he called it. I mean, I think.
So you heard his voice?
Very clearly, yes. He sounded confident, authoritarian, like a general commanding troops.
What did he say exactly?
It is time to make you whole again.
Can you remember anything about what the killer looks like?
To be honest, I saw more of the shadow than the man. I remember he was very big. The shadow, it covered everything.
So you can't describe him?
Not the face, no. His clothes, he was wearing something very dark, black, maybe blue.
Was he augmented?
He moved like an augmented man, but I can't say for sure.
I'm gonna do what I can to help the investigation.
Good luck.
Okay, and now let's talk to Montag again.
Enjoying yourself, detective?
I want to help you with this case. To do that, I need a rundown of what you know already.
Help me, huh? You mean like being my subordinate?
I mean like making sure we catch whoever's responsible.
Right. Well, I have a dead body, Angela Gunn. I have bureaucratic pressure to arrest the augmented husband, Johnny Gunn. I have a crime scene, and I have you.
Alright, I have some questions about the murder.
Before we go any further with this, I need you to know something about Johnny Gunn. He's not a good man. I may not like how my bosses are targeting him, but that doesn't mean he's innocent. So, you know, just make sure you're here for the right reasons.
Why else would I be here?
I don't want this to turn into some kind of crusade. Bad men do bad things. In a perfect world, we arrest them for the right reasons, but, well, the world's not always perfect.
You'll only arrest the victim's husband if the evidence tells you to, right? It's not enough that he's an AUG, and that your bosses want him to go down.
I'll hold my guys off for as long as I can. But unless you can prove someone else killed Angela, or at the very least that Johnny didn't, I don't have much choice. That's why I'm trusting you to talk to him. Give me your honest opinion on what happened here.
Yeah. Why are you trusting me exactly?
Because you gave me the impression of being qualified. Because I'm big enough to admit that maybe I can use the help, and between you and me, because the thought of confronting a man like Johnny Gunn scares the shit out of me.
How long have you been a cop?
Too long. And of all the ways to go out,
What do you mean?
I mean being assigned a case like this. It's HQ's little joke before sending me off to retirement. Oh, but don't worry about me, I'm a survivor. I can make it through this.
This case is a joke to you?
I didn't say that. I said it's a joke to HQ. They know I haven't left my desk in years. But that doesn't mean I'm not qualified. Just a little rusty.
People hold a hell of a grudge against AUGs, ever since the incident.
Yes, and?
Well, good thing the cops here are such professionals. Part of being a police officer is treating everyone the same, right? AUG or no AUG.
It's not that simple, and you know it. A police force isn't some abstract ideal of what justice and law should be. It's an instrument of those in power. A reflection of the society it protects.
I haven't been seeing a whole lot of protection out there.
Well, that depends who you ask.
I'm here because I don't like the idea of someone killing people right outside my window. Maybe he's out there right now, targeting that poor witness. Or maybe he's just looking for any chance to do it again.
Fair enough, Mr. Interpol.
Anything I should know about the scene? Anything jump out at you?
The dismembered body jumps out at me. Keep in mind, I've been behind a desk for the last 12 years. It all jumps out at me.
I found this press ID on the victim.
Okay, enlighten me. We care about this. Why?
Angela Gunn was a journalist. Maybe this is work-related. Maybe she uncovered something she wasn't supposed to.
Maybe. I don't know.
I found this piece of glass near the body. A pair of broken glasses, maybe?
I don't know what to tell you. We're in the back alley of a major city. There's bound to be broken glass.
I found what looks like a grenade fragment. EMP by the looks of it. Killer might have used this to incapacitate her.
Interesting. Johnny wouldn't need an EMP to take down his wife. Riot police use EMPs to re-establish public order around here. With all the AUG riots, anti-AUG riots, it wouldn't surprise me if that's all it was. Still, interesting.
Did the killer leave anything behind? Does anything strike you as odd?
I don't know. It's a murder, you know? Doesn't matter if you look at it sideways or upside down. It's never going to look normal.
I found a print on Angela's neck, next to the contusion marks. It's a partial, so I don't think we can match it to anything. But at least we know the killer left something, and that she was strangled.
Huh, a fingerprint. I must have missed that one. This is exactly the kind of evidence I'm talking about. No way Johnny could squirm his way out of something like that. If only we could link it to him.
I'm assuming you know her augments were harvested. The marks on her body make it seem like the killer knew exactly what he was doing, knew exactly what he wanted.
Maybe Johnny wanted something to remember her by. Or maybe someone found a dead body and started cutting. There's a lot of scavengers around here. To them, taking an arm is like taking a wallet.
I found a broken needle stuck in the victim's shoulder. The killer might have drugged Angela before killing her.
Needle, huh? In which shoulder?
The right shoulder. Why?
It's probably nothing. I just remember this other cop, Smolinski. He had this theory about a copycat. Someone following in the footsteps of an old murderer named, Svobodka.
You think there's a connection to another case?
I don't know yet. Some of the things you've been noticing, I'll be honest, they're starting to sound very familiar. Someone like you would probably say it's worth looking into.
And how would I do that?
Smolinski died in that police station bombing. If any of his files survived, they would have been moved into temp storage, across the street from the bombed-out station. Who knows? Maybe Smolinski found something that can shed light on this mess.
Do you know if the victim had any enemies?
I know she and Johnny didn't get along. Other than that, I really couldn't tell you.
I spoke to Daria. She's able to confirm that the suspect is male. Other than that, she's all over the place. I think she's pretty shaken up.
Yeah, well, can't blame her. I would be too. You seem to have made a good impression, though. Ever since you got here, she seems different, calmer. You know, I met my first wife over a crime scene. Let me give you a very important piece of advice, eh? Never marry the ones you save.
Tell me about the victim's husband, Johnny.
He used to work for a private military company, Bell Tower. He's been arrested for all sorts of things in the past. Now, don't get me wrong. I believe in evidence. But I also believe in playing the odds. 9 times out of 10, the husband did it.
Why are your superiors so eager to pin Johnny for murder? It's gotta be more than just not liking the guy.
Standard policy for guys like Johnny. The way they see it, you send a man like him into Golem City, and he's liable to go off the grid, end up with Ark or God knows who. He becomes 10 times more trouble than he's worth. But if they can charge him with something big, something like murder, well, suddenly he's no trouble at all.
I have what I need for now. I should go.
You do whatever you have to.
Okay, so before talking with Johnny, we're gonna go to the temporary storage and check the dead cop files.
Fuck walking this beat.
But that's on the other side of the city, so before going there, let's do what we came here to do first. Let's go to the vendor.
Something wrong?
Netuším, proč vůbec riskujou a vylejzají z těch svých děr. Státní policie!
Sounds very good. See you then.
Like I said, the city is going to shit.
Řekl jsem sklapni. Poslední varování. Já teď ven, nebo začnu?
Ani nápad. Mám svoje práva, hele, co chcete dělat?
Tak dost. Na zem.
Hej, no tak, v klidu.
Na klid je pozdě, tváří k zemi.
Tohle je šílený.
Drž zobák.
Bouda, vážně, teď jsem nic neudělal.
To je právě ten problém. Nic si neudělal, i když to tady měl vyklidit. Ještě slovo a zavolám záchranu.
Dars is the man. He'll set you up.
We'll see.
You want praxis, eh?
Biocell, hypostim, painkillers.
I might be interested.
They sell these things.
Yeah, I got that.
Buy something.
Okay, let's start by selling some of these things. Okay. 47,000 credits. Should be enough.
You want anything else?
I'm good for now.
By now, you won't have to come back.
Okay. So now
painkillers right over there.
we can finally go back to the other side to see the files from the dead cop regarding the copycat killer. So we want to do this one optional first before going to Johnny. That means going to the other side of the city. So we need to go here. So we're gonna take the subway again over there. Check those files and then speak to Johnny Gunn. So let's stop right here, and we're gonna do all that on the next episode. Thanks for watching this one, guys. See you all on episode 32.